Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love Island USA Season 6, Episode 1.
Listen, quick instructions. We are doing Love Island USA, but we are also doing Love Island UK.
Yes.
Love Island UK will be out before Love Island USA. So this is what I want y'all to do. I never asked y'all to do this. Turn on the notification bell for Love Island USA. Because I'm posting that as soon as I'm done editing. That means it could be 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning. It could be right after the show. But just so you get a notification of when the video is out, turn on that notification bell. You ready, Blair?
I'm ready.
Walk us through it.
Okay, so we are introduced to all of the Islanders for this year.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through the list.
Help me.
We've got Janae, 27. She's a day trader. And she's also a military brat. So she says she's from Hawaii, but she really grew up all around Asia. Mm-hmm. She wants to find an introverted but obedient man.
Okay.
Aaron is 26 from the UK. He is a deckhand on a super yacht.
Okay.
Kayla, 22 from Pennsylvania, a small town, and she is going to school for her master's for behavioral needs. She wants to be able to help special needs children.
Shout out to that.
Rob, 25. He was on last season, but nothing worked out for him. And he also wrangles snakes for a living. Cordell is 21. He is an aircraft fueler, and he is 5'8". He also tells us that he is Odell Beckham Jr.'s younger brother.
That's the most interesting thing about you, brother.
Yes. Sabrina, 24. She is a media strategist from Houston, Texas. Kendall, 26, from Dallas. He is a medical device sales. And he tells us that his parents divorced after 25 years, and it really warped the idea of love for him.
Yeah.
Hannah is 26 from Charlotte, North Carolina, and she's had a lot of failed situationships, but never been in an actual relationship.
Red flag. I found my first red flag with this one right here.
Okay.
Situationships, never been in a real relationships.
Okay. We've got Coy, 28. He's the unit director from North Carolina, and he is 6'8".
I found the second person to hate on.
Okay.
6'8". Okay. I'm not 6'8". I'm 6'1". And I found someone, listen here, he's 6'8". He's on Love Island. That just means one thing, Blair.
What?
He can't dribble a basketball.
Okay.
That's all that matters to me. Keep going.
Leah is 24. She is from Calabasas, California. Yeah. She is in medical device sales, and she is going to graduate with a degree in public health.
Shout out to the cast.
So after everyone is introduced, we get fireworks to start off. Love Island 2024.
Yeah.
Now, before the coupling, the Islanders are going to play an icebreaker game. Yeah. So they have to break the ice, answer the question in the ice with a kiss. Kendall's question is most intimidated by, and he chooses Leah. Yeah. Janae has to kiss 2 Islanders that gave her green flag vibes. She chooses Coy and Rob. Aaron gets highest body count, and he selects Kaylor. Kendall gets who looks like a heartbreaker. He selects Serena. And Serena and Kendall are matching. They both have on this like lime green outfit, and they actually looked good together.
Yeah, they do.
Serena gets who looks like a player, and she selects Coy, and Coy picks her up off the ground.
Off the ground, literally.
For that kiss.
Keep that in mind, because that's going to be a constant thing about her not being on the ground a lot. You get what I'm saying?
Rob has to select who is red flag vibes. Yeah. And he tells Leah, he's like, look, I don't think you're red flag vibes, but I'm going to choose you for the kiss because I just want to kiss you. So he chooses Leah. Kaylor. Dang, was that Rob?
No,
that was Aaron.
That was the high body count guy.
Yeah. That was Aaron and Kaylor. Sorry, y'all.
That was Aaron.
Kaylor gets the most fake. She chooses Rob.
Wow.
Coy has to do 2 Islanders who caught your eye. He chooses Janae and Serena.
Of course he's going to choose them.
And Hannah gets best in bed, and she selects Coy.
Now, this is also the first instance of where her makeup is on somebody's face.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about women's makeup. I don't know nothing about women's makeup. I don't think that's supposed to happen. I don't think your makeup's supposed to be on my face, right?
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
I
would say, ew.
Okay.
If it was me. You get what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is.
Now it's time for the coupling. The boys are standing on these podiums and the girls have to choose what guy that they want to be coupled up with.
Yeah, I think the podiums look like hearts, I think it was.
Yeah. And if there are multiple girls on a podium for one guy, the guy gets to choose who he wants to be coupled up with. So immediately, which I knew was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Who runs up to Coy? Hannah, Serena, and Janae.
Listen here. It was a race.
I was like, who's going to get there first? Kaylor selects Aaron. Leah selects Rob. Cordell and Kendall are single.
Now, here's the thing about, and like you already told us who, what is his name, Coy?
Not yet. I was going to go back.
One thing about Kendall, right? He is by himself, right? With who, Cordell?
And Cordell.
And Cordell, right? One thing about Kendall that I want to point out about him is he seems like a nice guy, but he seems like a nice guy square, right? Okay. During his introduction, he started crying about his last relationship and things of that nature. I don't think a lot of people go for you, brother, as this is a testament now as no one went to your heart, right? I just think it's just something about you that just oozes corniness, right? And guess what? I'm judging off of first impression. This is the first impression episode. I could be wrong. Cordell, I think you are just a victim of there's a bigger, blacker guy on the show. Yeah, like you felt.
I mean, he stands out.
Because here's the thing,
and he's very handsome.
Here's the thing about it: you could be 5'8.5" as he try to give himself that half. If the other guy is like 5'10", 5'11", 6 feet, right? But when there's literally a guy that is a foot taller than you would not be the choice. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So I think you fell victim of that, you know?
Well, Coy chooses Janae. And then Serena and Hannah have to get chosen by either Cordell or Kendall. Yeah. So Cordell goes first, and he chooses Serena. Yeah. Then Hannah is left with Kendall.
Okay.
All right. So we've got 6 weeks of the show. At the end, the favorite couple will be voted, and they will win $100,000. Now, tell me why Cordell picks up Serena.
No. Listen here, right?
Well, and the reason is, I don't think I said it. Serena, because everyone has asked why did they choose who they go to, and Serena says she chose what's his name, Coy, because he picked her up, and immediately the second Cordell had the chance, Serena was up off the ground.
Listen here.
I was like, talk about try hard.
This is one of many times he picks her up. He picks her up to take her down off the podium. Yes. Right? And I thought that would be the end of it. You get what I'm saying? But my problem with them is that when you are the second choice, you are technically not a choice. Yeah. Right? Even though she's with Cordell and Hannah's with Kendall, right? Y'all gotta view yourselves as, okay, I really gotta put my work in, because none of the women, when they had the power to choose, none of them chose me. You get what I'm saying?
And my thing is, I don't fault him for that. Like, he's just trying to get a leg up in the situation, and there's a 6'8" dude here, so he's just like, I am strong too, okay? No, you're not. And you're gonna feel it. So I'm just like, I ain't hating on it.
The way that he picked up Serena is very different than how Coy picked up the girl. You know what I mean? Okay. A lot of straining he was doing.
So I don't know if Serena hit the ground at any point, but Cordell carried her upstairs to the patio into the little layback chairs, and then she's like, "Can you take my heels off?" And so he takes her heels off for her, and I was just like, do you want to set this precedent, Cordell? Like, not to say that it was a bad thing. I feel like he was being sweet, but it's just kind of like, I felt like he was in a position of trying to prove himself, and y'all should both be getting to know each other. Exactly. And when she was asking him to take her shoes off and all that type of stuff, I'm just like, Serena, are you going to try to get to know him, or are you just going to use him? So,
because I feel like she wouldn't have asked my other man's Coy
I don't think so.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they find out they're both from Texas. She says that he's usually what she goes for, but she was just trying to choose something different. Okay. And he has had a girlfriend before, and it would have been 5 years for their relationship, and her last relationship would have been 5 years as well. They talk about sharing a bed together, and he's just like, he's more focused on their connection than the physical part at this point. So then we move on to Hannah and Kendall.
Okay.
Hannah says that she was attracted to him when she saw him come in. He says that he likes fitness and a healthy lifestyle, and she's like, you sound like my dad. Like, she's like, my dad's a personal trainer, and I'm trying to get into it. And the thing is, like, Hannah, she's in great shape, but at the same time, like, she's not like a skinny, small girl. Like, she's got a little bit of thickness to her. And when he said fitness and healthy lifestyle, that kind of put a question mark in my head to be like, is Hannah his type?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So
I think she a little too dark to be his type, in my opinion.
Oh, maybe.
That's just my opinion.
Well, she likes tattoos. He doesn't have any. Kendall says that he's dating to marry. Hannah shares that she's never had a serious relationship.
Oh my gosh.
And in Kendall's mind, he's like, that's kind of a red flag.
Kendall.
But she expresses that she's tired of situationships.
Listen here. When someone who never been in a relationship and you're looking for a serious relationship to marry, is one is hot, one is cold. It's too far. I don't think you should be the the test dummy while Hannah try to maneuver her way of how to act in a relationship or be in a relationship besides a situationship, you know?
Right. Then we move on to Janae and Coy.
Okay.
And he's asking her, so why are you single? And she really doesn't know why. She's like, every situation she's been in, the guy has just never been ready to progress. And so she just ended things. Coy shares that he is a great communicator. His downfall is that he has trust issues. Okay. And she's like, well, look, you can have my location and I'll make the password on my phone your birthday. Like, that doesn't have to be an issue for us.
Red flag for her. I don't trust anybody who say, like, I'm single because it's not me, it's them. I don't trust anybody who says that in every situation. Nah, come on. You got to be complacent in something.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Also, you know, she straight tried to play my man by saying he looks 6'6". I don't think she know what 6'6" look like. You get what I'm saying? He said, don't play with me, I'm 6'8".
Maybe she was trying to humble him in a joking way. I don't know. No. Well, I didn't quite get it.
Well, how can I be humble if I saw 3 women run to my heart? like, you feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, my thing with them, I can't tell just yet. I feel like Coy, which they asked him, like, when all the 3 ladies came up to him, the host asked him, so does this normally happen to you in real life? And he's just like, yeah. So I'm just kind of like, I think Coy has kind of like his pick in life, and he might like Janae or think she's cute, but I don't know if she's enough to hold his attention. And not to say that she's not enough, but just to say that he might have a short attention span when it comes to women if he has so many options, is my only thought process.
Man, it's hard being a guy like us, me and Coy, to where it's just like I have to beat them off with a stick, you know what I mean? It's just hard for us, you know. So we go to Aaron and Kaylor. Help me. They're talking about beans and Chipotle, but they are having a great time having this conversation. He didn't know what Chipotle was. Apparently, they don't have it in the UK. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. Well, but I've never been there. Yeah. They got Nando's. I know that much. Anyway, so Kaylor is his type, and she says that she liked Aaron's kiss way better than Rob's kiss. He'll show her all of his tattoos tonight, and they joke about getting matching tattoos. And they end up kissing again, and they have a nice little passionate long kiss. Yeah. Little cute couple. Rob and Leah. So he asked what her passion is, and she is just like, I got a brain fart. I have a red flag for you. And then he asked her, what about like any like skills do you have, like special skills? She says she likes to cook, garden, juggling. Leah thinks that he was like put here for her. And he says, you know, physically you got it, but honestly, I don't really know you like that. But then he's just like, but I do like you. Like, you're cool. I do like you. I have a question about them. Yeah. Remember when he said, can like you juggle? And then that's when she said, actually, I can juggle. And then that's when he said, that's a red flag. What do you think that was about? Maybe like juggling multiple people, like cheating men relationships. How can you take a talent? Because even then, Leah, she may seem like she's trying to impress too. Because when she said she could juggle, and then he said it's a red flag, she said, well, I can only juggle 2 things. Well, you can't juggle. Yeah. If you're throwing 2 things and just switching hands with them, that's not juggling. That's passing. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Leah, your nose may be a little too open for Rob. Especially when you saying things like, I feel like you was put here for me. Hey, I don't feel that way. You get what I'm saying? Like.
And I know Rob was trying to say that he liked her, but I think Rob like actually wants to meet a person of substance, and I don't know if he's gonna find that here. Or, I feel like I'm coming down on the girls a little bit.
No, come down on them.
I'm just like, because I mean, what do you mean? Like somebody asks you what your passion is, and you're just like, I don't even know. It's just like, okay, well, you could literally say I don't have a passion. I just love life. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
I got red flags for you still. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what do you like to do? You know?
Yeah, but I think that's also a situation to where Leah is in a position to kind of impress Rob. Yeah. And I think that's just Rob's personality is how it comes across, because I don't think she is really inquisitive about him and getting to know him. She's just like, oh, I'm just so happy that we're together. And it's just like, okay, but like, are you really? You don't know this man. So I just think that's just them being young.
Yeah, don't be intimidated by Rob. This man be catching snakes. Okay? Yeah, like he's regular. You know.
So they call it a night. Yeah. Everybody gets in the bed with their couples, and they get to sleep in.
Yeah.
So the next day, Aaron kept kissing Kayla's shoulder throughout the night, and Kayla thought it was really sweet.
Yeah.
Jaina and Coy, they cuddled last night as well.
You know, Jaina will go cuddle that man.
Yeah, Janae. Yeah.
Janae. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's hard. Like the way it's written, I want to say it a different way. Anyway, so we go to Hannah and Kendall. She's pleasantly surprised by Kendall.
Help me.
His personality, his looks. Kendall didn't want to go too fast the previous night. He wanted to kind of respect her space and her boundaries. But she was wondering why he wasn't touching her. And she wants to get some cuddles tonight. And he's like, I can make it happen.
Now stop right here for a second, right? If you are talking to Kendall, right, and you basically said what Hannah said, and he said, well, I can basically redo the night, and basically he's planning his move by saying it, right? Is that a turnoff?
No.
Because to me, that's a turnoff, right?
Why would it be?
Because I'm like, you could take that information and just do it. But when you say things and make an appointment to like, oh, I'm going to do it, or I'm going to cuddle you, or I'm going to hold you, it just comes off as if it's like, now it's forced, in my opinion. And
no, I think in this day and age of the Me Too's and stuff like that, I think some people are a little bit more cautious when it comes to making moves on people. So I can understand why she
on Love Island.
Yeah, this is still life.
I understand it's life, but my thing,
that's just my view. That's my view.
I'm just saying, you're in the bed. If you're in the bed with me on Love Island, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna at least have this conversation. I'm not gonna be. What's the word? I'm going to be respectful, because put it like this. It came off as she was saying like, I'm happy you're respectful, but at the same time, I'm kind of testing your manhood too. Because it's like, hey, like you ain't want to put your foot on me or nothing. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying like disrespect her and violate her in that way, but it just came off as if like you had a woman in the bed, you ain't talk, you ain't touch her, it just seemed like you didn't like her. And that's why she's like, well, I like that you're respectful, but like, you know, put your foot on me or something, you know?
Yeah. Well, they end up kissing. So they get to it immediately.
Is that what it was called?
And her makeup was all over his face.
Yeah.
They go upstairs to clean it off. They start to making out some more to the point he picks her up. And it's just a whole lot. And honestly,
got on the table.
It was a lot. It was a lot. So we move on to Kayla and Aaron.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how did they sleep last night, and honestly neither one of them was really settled. They talk about like his shoe size and what does that mean. They whisper to each other that they fancy each other, and he ends up straddling her and making out with her. Then he ends up putting her on his shoulder, and they're just like a goofy fun couple. They're making each other laugh. They're seeming to really enjoy each other, and they seem to match each other's vibe.
And I'm not trying to make it seem like, you know, that, oh, just grab her and kiss her. But at the same time, Kendall just comes up as if he's scared of this girl.
Okay.
And I'm just like, hey, bro, you're at the bottom of the barrel, basically. Like, no one chose you. So the fact that she's coming up and she's talking about, like, I'm actually surprised by you. Like, it just means, like, oh, dang, you really didn't think much of me. And, like, oh, yeah, you actually got a better body than I thought. I'm like, these are kind of, like, backhanded compliments. like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you do like me because you ain't touch me in the bed. You ain't put your foot on me. You ain't asked if you wanted to cuddle. We ain't talk about anything like that. You kind of just went to your side of the bed and kind of just stayed there. Okay, you do like me. I'm like, okay, enough of these backhanded compliments.
Okay. So we move on to Cordell and Serena.
Yeah.
She asked about his long-term goals. He's like, well, what do you mean by that? She said, your goals long term.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say the same thing backwards. Yeah.
He wants to be an actor. Currently he is modeling and he wants to continue that. And she asked him, okay, like give me a line, like show me like how you are with your acting. And he does the line from Training Day, but he ends up like cracking up. So
brick by brick.
Yeah. Serena isn't really feeling the spark at this point.
No, me neither.
He also says he wants to do sponsorships, and she's like, oh, like what kind of sponsorships? And he's like, Cheez-Its. He loves Cheez-Its. So Cheez-Its, after he gets off of Love Island, I think y'all got somebody who wants to work with y'all.
Don't you dare sign that man to no Cheez-Its ad, okay?
But his main goal in life is to get a house. He's just saying that, you know, it's just a lot because mortgage can be low, but utilities be high. And honestly, like, I don't think Serena was feeling the conversation.
I wasn't feeling
I think
either.
She thought the man was a little bit dense, to be honest. I think she was just like, what are we even talking about? So.
This is how you go end up continuing to take off her shoes whenever she asks. This is how you're gonna end up carrying her whenever she needs to go. Because if you ain't giving me nothing in your mind and your brain, and you talk about long-term goals, basically I'm trying to get to know you of who you are. And you talk about Jesus. He was real passionate about that Jesus.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, then we talk about you buying a house. I'm thinking he go into like a story about like, you know, like I never lived in a house, my mother was homeless and things of that nature. He just basically said like, yeah, but you know, with houses, you know, utilities can be high and mortgage can be low, and it could go vice versa. And I'm just like, what are we talking about here? Come on, brother.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
So Kendall tells the guys when he comes back that it was an amazing kiss that he had with Hannah.
Okay.
It was 9.1 out of 10.
Okay.
Kendall gets a text. So we have our first bombshell coming to the villa.
Okay.
And her name is Olivia, or she goes by Liv.
Hello.
She's from Australia, and she says bad boys are her type. Kendall says Olivia is his type.
Wow.
Jana asks, you know, to Olivia while they're all sitting around getting to know her, who would she pull for a chat? And she doesn't really answer. She just says she knows what she wants, and if they match energies, they match.
Yeah.
So the girls show Olivia around the villa. Aaron, Rob, and Kendall are feeling her. And Cordell tells Kendall, you know, if you want her, if she pulls you for a chat, you should go for it. And Kendall is just like giddy like a little schoolgirl. He is so excited.
Now listen here. We already knew what type of girl you into, Kendall. You get what I'm saying? You ain't got to hide it. You get what I'm saying? But one thing that I find interesting is that in the text, basically only thing that they got from the text is that like, hey, so and so we gonna be sharing the bed tonight. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So they probably just automatically thinking like, who is gonna be this girl? So I think the expectation, me honestly watching it, I was kind of let down by the bombshell. Okay. Because I was like, oh, they built her up to be like someone that's gonna come in and basically take someone's man or things of that nature. Then when I saw her, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, she's from Australia. You know what I'm saying? But I think it is Kendall's type. I find it very interesting that they described her as basically like a tall type of model type, but she ain't go for the tallest guy there. Do you get what I'm saying? So they can look good, at least aesthetically, but, you know, it is what it is.
Okay. So the girls are filling Liv in on their couple situations.
Yeah.
Kayla could see Aaron telling her one thing and then doing another thing, is what she tells Olivia. So Liv pulls Rob for a chat.
Yeah.
He shares that he's a snake wrangler. He's been to Australia, but not where she's from when she's from Sydney.
Yeah.
And he says that he's still very much open to talking to other people. Liv says Rob is probably like her top two guys, and he asks about her. He asked her about her passions, and she said just definitely not insects. And he was like, snakes are reptiles.
Okay, you're close.
And honestly, their conversation didn't go that well.
In my opinion,
it wasn't bad, but it was just kind of like we talked. You know,
it's like a job interview.
Yeah, we talked. And honestly, I think that might just be Rob's personality. Like,
you might be right.
I think he's just kind of like a laid back kind of guy. And I also think that he's not going to be overly like flirtatious or anything like that. So she eventually says like, you're kind of hard to read. And I just think that he's just hard to read. So
yeah, it gave off. Have you ever been speed dating before?
No.
Yeah, it gives off speed dating.
Okay.
To where like you have to keep switching chairs, and you got like a minute or maybe 2 minutes to basically get to know somebody. So it comes off as a speed date, as an interview. I did not get the feeling that Rob was interested in this girl.
No.
Liv give off the type as if she wants someone to chase her, but I think she got her antennas wrong. If she thinking Rob is one of her people, then she got Rob completely all wrong then.
Well, see, I don't get that vibe from her.
I do.
To me, she seems pretty down to earth, honestly. And it seems like she's willing to get to know a guy and not just wanting to sit around and have somebody chase her. She seemed different than that to me. But I also feel like with Rob and Leah, with his conversation with Leah, I didn't think he liked Leah either. I thought he didn't think she was very smart by the end of the conversation. Yeah, so I think Rob is just hard to read.
Let us know in the comments what y'all think, because I could be wrong.
Yeah. Leah asked Rob as soon as he comes back to spill the tea. And he's like, well, what do you want to know? And she's just like, what happened? And he tells her, you don't have anything to worry about. And to me, that's not telling me much of anything. What happened? What was that? No. But she didn't press it. She let it go. She said, okay, he tells me I don't have anything to worry about. The talk must have not went that great.
Yeah.
Then we've got Aaron and Kaylor, who are about to talk, but Liv comes up and pulls Aaron for a chat. They talk about his career and how he's still open to talking to other people. She wants someone who's confident and can have a good time, but also knows when to be serious. They joke about how like Americans can sometimes take things to heart when they're like joking. Aaron tells her that, this is a good conversation. You've done well. Dating with his career is hard because it's often long distance, but he is considering other careers that might be better suited for having a partner.
Okay. Be careful talking about Americans. You on the Love Island USA version. You know what I'm saying? Be careful. I'm just saying,
We've got Kaylor and Leah. Kaylor says that Kaylor's talking to Leah. I literally just said that.
Okay. There you go. You got it. Listen, we are going to make it through this. Okay?
We are going to get through it.
Yeah.
And she's trying to figure out where Aaron and Olivia are talking. And she's like, oh my gosh, they're in our spot. Kaylor starts crying in the confessional, and she just really likes her connection with Aaron. And she, just for her, she's just happy to have met Aaron and having this type of connection, because I don't think she's had something like this with someone before.
Yeah, the problem with Kaylor is that Olivia just looked like a better Kaylor. To me, it just like, okay, and guess what? I'm not saying that. Kaylor said that. She said, look at her. Her hair's longer than mine. Yeah. I'm about to say something good about yourself.
Yeah, she's like, she's blonde as well. She's taller and stuff like that.
So I'm like, okay, so why should Aaron choose you then? If you talking bad about yourself, you get what I'm saying? Why should like your guy choose you if you big up in this other girl? You get what I'm saying? Your confidence is shot.
Well, Liv pulls Kendall for a chat. He shares that he and Hannah got coupled by default. I'm just like, okay, Kendall, just throw Hannah under the bus.
Of course he is.
You were just talking about how you had an amazing kiss. We were just like, it was by default. I didn't really like the girl. Well, she usually goes for tall guys because she's 5'7", and he says that he's 6'1". He likes blonde girls. Like, he's definitely her type. And he tells her that, he's feeling the vibe with her.
Sorry, brother. She said she like bad boys. It's not going to happen for you, Kendall.
Well, as they're getting ready for the night, some of the girls are worried about their man getting snatched. When they get out, Aaron and Liv have a talk. Aaron is talking to Kaylor the most. He says that things are going well. And she liked Aaron and Rob's vibe.
Okay. What about Coy vibe? How come you ain't talk to him? Like, how come you ain't talk to Cordell and things of that nature? Like, why are you talking to all these other guys, but you ain't talking to my brothers?
She not feeling them.
What you mean you're not feeling them? What's wrong?
She not feeling them.
What's wrong? Well, Cordell may be, short, but what's wrong with Coy? He's 6'8".
I would be right there with you, except Coy has enough options.
No. We're not doing that.
I'm like, we're not doing you that. Have enough.
We're not doing that. You're not going to come on this show and say you're going to talk to all the guys and not talk to all the guys, and specifically not talk to all the guys. That is obvious that you didn't talk to all the guys. Don't do that.
You're absolutely right.
Don't do that. Do not do that, Olivia. Do not. I'm telling you, I pulled this dashiki from under this table. Okay. Don't do it, Olivia.
Well, Rob and Liv talk. She says that he is her type look-wise. And she tells him that he's hard to read. And in Rob's confessional, he's saying that, he kind of doesn't really want to get chosen because he wants Leah to be happy, and he does like Leah.
No, that's news to me.
News to me, too.
Yeah.
Kendall and Liv talk, and Kendall says that he loved their chat. Liv says that she's physically attracted to him. Then they talk about turnoffs, and his biggest turnoff is somebody who's clingy.
I wouldn't have thought that, because I would have thought he would be the clingy one.
Absolutely. And I also felt like he was kind of not laying it on thick, but I'm just like, you really trying to get chose.
Yeah.
Hannah thinks that Kendall is going to get chosen, and she's real nervous.
Don't be.
So Liv it is Liv's time to decide who to choose. Mm-hmm. Y'all, we're recording it right after the episode.
Yeah.
And she decides to steal Rob.
Wow, Rob looked like, whoa.
I was totally surprised because I was like, Rob did not seem to show any type of interest.
But my thing is, who else was she going to steal?
Aaron.
Nah.
They were vibing.
She vibed. I feel like she likes Rob, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is, and this is why I feel like Liv want to be chased after. And when I say chased after, it don't mean like adored or anything like that. But I mean like, Aaron made it kind of known that like that's like, you know, that's her type. You get what I'm saying? That basically like, oh, I like her. You know, that's my type, right? Kendall, we already know Kendall just likes her, right? Rob is a mystery to where he's like, yeah, I like you. Like, you know, you look good, but that don't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives her like this feeling that I feel that she's like, I'm going to turn him and things like that.
Well, that's different from being chased.
No, but you got to understand something. I think that she's doing that. I'm going to get you to like me and get you to basically chase after me.
Oh, okay.
So basically,
and she wants to see if she can.
Yes, I think she sees it as a challenge.
Gotcha.
And basically like, oh, like I am who I am. I like you. You like me, but not as much as I want you to. I'm going to get you to like me, and then I'm going to basically get you to basically be like under me.
Gotcha.
That's what I think Olivia's doing.
Okay. So Rob looks shocked, but he also looks a little bit happy too.
Yeah.
Leah is single, and she's just like, hope things work out for y'all. Mm-hmm. And
they're crying.
The host is talking about, well, you're single in the Love Island house. That's not a good thing. Mm-hmm. And we don't know if she's going to be sent home or what the situation is going to be. If she's sleeping on a day bed tonight. Well, we find out 2 new bombshells, 2 new guys are arriving. And that's where we end today's episode.
Listen, how they ended that show was so cheesy. Where the host is leaving out and the guys are walking side by side, and then she fist bumps both of them and say, "Have fun, guys." I'm like, what am I about to watch here?
Okay,
right. I thought this was a clean show. I don't know what y'all think this about to happen, but I'm not gonna be reviewing this type of show.
Okay.
What do you think? What are you looking forward to so far in the first episode, or like your first impression overall, Blair?
First impressions. It's just so hard for me not to compare the two, UK and the USA. Okay. But I feel like with the USA, we got a little bit more people with substance. Like at least people who want to actually have conversations.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like UK, like they literally say like you're cute, and then they start kissing. So I feel like we're getting a little bit more depth over here, and I'd like to see actual like true connections like come out of this. So
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like first episode. If we were to compare first episodes, I feel like USA showed up tonight. I feel like they showed up tonight. I feel like Koi is you're not safe, buddy. I feel like you're not safe. I feel like she got her man. You're not safe, and I think she's going to be a little too clingy to my guy. That's what I think.
Okay.
But other than that, I have nothing else. Just a reminder again, as I said in the beginning of the episode, turn the notification on for this show specifically for this channel, because I'm going to be posting this as soon as I edit it. Okay. And then it's going to go out at different times of the night, early in the morning. You get what I'm saying? That's it.
That's all.
Y'all be good.
Bye.